Hey YouTube, Ray here again. Smoking Chacom St. Claude. This is the second blend from Chacom that I've smoked. This is again, this is a shag cut comprised of red, bright Virginias with Cavendish and a little bit of a chocolate vanilla topping. Now, again, much like the first blend that I smoked, I struggled with this blend with the flavor to get the flavors here. It's a very light blend, and I honestly didn't really understand it. Hmm. I didn't even know if I was going to do a review on this because I just couldn't get enough flavor out of it. It wasn't until I went back and I reread the tin description that I I read something on the tin description that I had forgotten about the first time I read it. And for some reason, when I read it, it made sense. And that's the term that the tin actually uses to describe this mixture. They call this a minimalist mixture. Once I read that, for some reason, it just made sense. And I'm like, I, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because this is definitely that. It's a very light, very temperamental mixture. You can't buff it aggressively. The slightest aggressive puff on it burns out the flavor completely, and you're left with nothing. Um, every now and then you get a good flavor where everything comes in, but then again, if you start puffing out aggressively, instantly you burn the flavor out. So it's frustrating because there is some flavor there that sort of mixes nicely with the Virginias and the Cavendish, and then that chocolate vanilla sort of light flavoring comes through almost with a natural sweetness, but just as soon as you get it, you lose it. So unfortunately, there's not much there. But anyway, let's get into it. Really, what am I tasting? Okay, not much. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't get much. Like I said, somewhere in between the bowl when you're smoking it, you sort of have these few puffs that you take that all of a sudden you get that flavor. You get a nice flavor where everything comes together and it stays, and you're able to get a good you know about 3 or 4 puffs that have flavor. But for the most part, I don't know why, but it loses it. And then you go back to when you first start. When you first start out this blend, and you start smoking it, you don't really get a lot. It seems like you're going to get Virginia flavor right off the bat. The grassiness comes in, but then it burns out very quickly. The the flavoring that it has, the chocolate vanilla flavoring, really is not. It's not there um, because it's so light. You really don't get it. But what happens is you can tell that it's there, and it seems like it's going to give you a little bit of a sweetness, but then you lose it instantly as soon as you start chasing it. Of course, because when you when you taste it, you think you found it. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to keep puffing. Your second puff of that, trying to chase that flavor, it's gone, and all you get is a very nasty, burned out taste. I would think someone who is used to more of a pouch tobacco, mainly burley or something like that, would probably get more enjoyment out of this. But for someone like me, who is into heavy taste, heavy mixtures, unfortunately, I'm not getting much out of this. See, right there, the very first puff, I was almost there. I got a little bit of it, so I puffed again, and it was gone. Just a burned out taste. Now, puffing it like that aggressively, it's horrible, horrible taste. But keeps going out because I'm talking. So, yeah, but yeah, those puffs right now were just horrible. Just burned out, just smoking carbon is basically what I'm doing. Right there, I got a little bit of a taste, but not really. I'm still getting that burned out taste. It needs to settle a little bit before all of a sudden you start sort of getting tastes of what this mixture is comprised of. But again, you lose it very quickly. All in all, for me, this blend is definitely not something that I'll buy again. Um, would I recommend it? I mean, I cannot not recommend it, but I can't honestly. I mean, I wouldn't know who to recommend it to be perfectly honest with you. I guess I would recommend it to, like I said before, people who are used to very light tasting, burley, pouch, you know, blends. Blends that are very, very light, mild, almost bland. Probably get a little bit more taste out of this. Like I said, the taste is there somewhere. I just you lose it very quickly, and it's frustrating. So yeah, Chacom Saint Claude. That's it for me, compadres. Unfortunately, I do feel bad for this blend because I couldn't get something out of it. But oh well, that's the way it goes. All right, compadres, comadres. Well, as always, thank you for watching. If you still are, y vayan con Dios.